He goes to raise his hand and Abe's like, oh, what's his name? Nothing yet. That's going to bother me now. Maybe he doesn't have a name.
It's possible he doesn't.
Joe? This is what I hear at my garden.
Mm-hmm.
The other time you hear, ow!
Get off my land, you son of a bitch.
Come back here, you! But
No, I just remember you saying that you're going to have to get a new job when you're up there.
oh yeah,
And you were like, no, I don't want to go to that fucking salmon place.
yeah. I did say that. I didn't want to go in there.
I've had enough.
I know. I did.
Because obviously in your head you were thinking it's just the same fucking thing, just bigger.
Yeah.
Aye.
It kind of is. But
Aye.
aye. I didn't. I even said that. I don't even say to the boss, this is true. So I went in and spoke to my boss.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, where do you want to work? And I says, I couldn't believe, first of all, they were asking me where I wanted to work. And I was like, say that again?
You would just expect to just fucking go over there.
Yeah, I was expecting, like, because the other job was, you don't get a choice.
Aye.
You're just placed in and
Aye.
that's it. I was like, well, I have done the processing
You
bit.
just listed what you've done.
Yeah, I've done obviously dispatch. I was like, I prefer dispatch. I don't want to be standing there and head to toe, guts.
Fish guts.
Aye, right. So,
Getting eyeballs chucked in.
oh, it's just, oh man, oh, iced in your back. Oh, goes on and on.
Aye.
Wee bits of guts flung at you because you're wearing a rain kind of jacket.
Aye.
And it just gets stuck on there.
Aye.
No. So I was like, no, I'd like to do dispatch, and he was talking about logistics. Now I never heard that word in my life, right? So I'm like, what's that? It's basically dispatch, but it's got a fancy name. Because it sounds like you're a scientist. I'm a logistic.
Aye.
I'm coming here to like research on the fish and stuff like that. It's nothing like that. I'm dispatching. I'm taking the fish out the front door, out the back door, and front door. And so I told him, this is what I said to him. He says, I says, what would you like? He asked me what I would like to do, and I says, well, to be honest with you, I was almost getting high up in that other job. I was nearly, you know. So I says, I'd like to get a red hat and work my way up and maybe even go to office jobs up there and stuff. Oh yeah, there's room for improvement and all this. This is what he gave me. And I says, look, I'm not being funny, I'm not being rude, but I've heard all this before. I says, I've been down this road with him. Yes, we'll teach you this and we'll teach you that. You'll get your forklift license and you'll get this and you'll get that, and all false promises. And then every time you're chasing them up, no, it's not like that here, it's not like that here. And I went, listen, I'll tell you what, if it's not like that here, I'll shake your hand. When I get all these promises delivered to me, I'll shake your hand. I says, but I believe you. I don't disbelieve you. But I've had all that false promises to me in the past because you're in chasing them. Like, when my forklift license? When am I getting this? When am I getting that? Oh, it's coming. Oh, we need this many staff to do it. And it's all that bullshit. But going back to the story I was telling you about the £500,
Mm-hmm.
I chased that up. So when I got taken on by the company, yesterday, but the Friday before, I'd been in about a week and I asked, so when did I get this £500? And they says, oh, we don't do that, it's something that the agency does. I was like, oh, so it is. Bollocks. So it is, you know what I mean? It's something that the agency do, but they don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pure
If
pandemonium.
you said that into the agency, it was like, oh, we don't do that, mate.
I know. But the agency wanted me to come back. They wanted me to come through the door with them. And I was like, I'm not coming through the door with you. First of all, it's weekly pay.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, it's just, I mean, it's okay.
It feels as if they could just let you go at a moment's notice if you're getting paid
But
weekly.
don't
You know what I mean?
get me wrong. But the agency is an easy way to get in if you've never done the job before.
Mm-hmm.
But
once you've got the experience, you don't really need them anymore.
yeah.
It's just a way to get your foot in the door, basically.
Yeah. It's I didn't want to do it, right? But it's Monday. It's 10 minutes from my house.
No.
I know where I am every day.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what I'm doing every day. But once the department opens up, I'll get a rough idea of what
Aye,
I'm
so
doing.
it's just a case of waiting for that to happen.
Yeah.
Aye.
So since that though, there's been 2 new starts that are coming into my department. So there's 3 guys wandering around, don't know what to do. There's a guy on with me that's actually Monday to Friday as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's what it is.
You've probably went there at the right time. You know, to get a Monday and Friday. Monday
Listen,
to Friday, and
I
then
was not expecting that. I was not expecting, because Claire says to me about a year ago, I goes, I guess that's where I'll be working when we were looking at houses up there.
mm-hmm.
And she says, I wouldn't go in there though. And I'm like, I know. I goes, but why not? And then she's like, because it's 24 hours. You could be doing back shifts, all that sort of stuff. And I thought, oh,
you
man.
could be working at fucking midnight and all that shit.
Yeah. Maybe even night shift.
No.
So I was not going to do that. So then I was actually looking. So I was actually unemployed for the whole month of June.
Mm-hmm.
But I did go for an interview someplace in Glasgow. Boy, you want to see this interview. It was to do filling the vending machines.
Right.
You know, like restocking them.
No.
But I had to get my own van. I had to get the van from some bit in Glasgow, but you had to keep it your own
No.
on your own drive. And I was kind of, I don't know about that. So I asked Claire, how do you feel about a big van sitting outside? And it's all like tracked and that, you know. But I
Yeah.
just felt if anything ever happened to the van, it's my ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, no,
I mean, probably nothing would happen to it where you're living, but.
I know. But then you get a scratch on it,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Aye.
stone flings up, or
No.
you're just a bad driver and you hit somebody. You know, I just wasn't taking that. So I actually never said a thing. I says, yeah, well, I suppose it was a Monday Friday aspect that was keeping me on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I suppose I could learn to do that. And they said, fine, we'll keep in touch. And a day went by, nothing. A week went by, then they got back to me and says, oh, we found somebody else that's got more experience than you. I thought, thank fuck. Because I actually changed my mind like a couple of days after. I was like, I don't want that. Just for a Monday to Friday. And I'd be travelling all over between Glasgow and,
Aye.
oh man, stuck in traffic jams.
Who the fuck knows where you're going?
Yeah, and then they said, if you're going on holiday though, you have to bring the van back to the yard.
Aye.
So then that's more
So
like,
that's a pain in the arse when
Aye.
you fucking come back off holiday having to go get the van.
yeah.
Aye.
Somebody apparently though from the site will take you back home, because it was I couldn't walk it, I couldn't get a bus, you know.
Aye.
So I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Then I got the salmon place, and I thought 10 minutes from my door, I know where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So there I am today. This is my life.
Well, at least you know you can work your way up it. You know?
Oh yeah.
And you're much better off than you were before.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get a red hat. Because I was almost that close to getting one in there.
Mm.
But then I told them I was moving away, and that shot me in the foot.
Aye.
So, I mean, to be honest with you, I can see
There was
that.
kind of no point in getting one if you were going to be leaving
No,
anyway.
but then
so.
I would have had, if I had the red hat, I could have said to them, oh, I had a red hat in the last place, and I'd have just walked straight and gotten a red hat. But in there again, you need to sort of prove yourself in there. I was speaking to a guy.
But the thing is, to see if they're starting a new department, it might be easier to prove yourself because it's a new department
Yeah.
and they need people. And
Yeah.
if you've already got experience working in there before the actual department's fully up and running,
Yeah,
so you've come in at a good time
Yeah,
to get an experience before it's even opened.
yeah. I spoke to a guy in there. I said, he's been in there 9 years. I says, what's it like in here? He says, as long as your boots are on the ground, all they care about you coming in the time. That's all they care about. You showing up for your shift. You could be the worst worker in the world, but it's not a hard job.
Well,
It's,
that's weird. That's actually a good thing
oh yeah, yeah.
because you would expect most businesses these days, because like see the co-op,
Yeah.
They're like forever like trying to cut down hours and all that kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
Like try to run the place with like as few people as possible. And
Yeah.
all that.
Robots and all that.
And it makes it a pain in the arse. Because we need to fulfill orders for like Uber and Just Eat,
Yeah.
and they just like sometimes are just constantly coming in. It's like I need what. That's the top of everything else you need to do.
Well, my advice to you, and I've kind of learned that from. I mean, you know me. I've had hundreds of jobs. You know, I used to float from
I
job to
did see
job.
this thing online. Like typically, if you want to earn more money, like the kind of people that earn more money, are the people that change jobs.
Yeah.
Like you don't earn more money for staying in the same job.
No, the days of that.
It's
like-
almost like a fucking 1980s thing.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like some cunt getting a fucking watch for retirement and all that.
you know, now you're lucky if you even get a watch.
You know, fucking Griswold buying a swimming pool with his bonus that he never got.
You know, that those days are gone, mate.
I know.
My
know.
gran says to me years when she was working, it paid to stay in the same job. It showed you were.
Mm-hmm.
The days are
These
gone.
days, I know. I've
Because no
noticed
job's for life now.
that. I know.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I didn't.
I think you kind of need to start looking at yourself as a business. If
Aye.
that makes sense.
Aye,
Like you need to think about what is good for you,
yeah, definitely.
especially like money wise or like what job benefit wise or
Oh,
whatever.
big time, big
And
time.
it's almost like, see, when you're doing interviews, it's almost like they need to interview for you to go work for them
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's not like you have to go to them with your hat in your hand hoping for a job,
Gone, mate.
know?
Gone. Those days are gone.
which is, I suppose, is a good thing.
Oh, definitely.
Because it means you've got a bit more power, I suppose,
Exactly.
in what you do. That they need to convince you that it's worth working for them. So,
When was that changed?
years and years ago, because it used to be you would get paid based on your experience,
Oh yeah, no,
but
no.
they chucked all that away. Everybody gets paid the same, it's like in levels.
Yeah. Oh well, it's gone, man.
So your experience doesn't mean anything.
Because to be honest, you've been in there for what, 21 years?
19, be 20 years next year.
20 years next year, right?
And the only time I've ever got pay rises is just because of minimum wage.
Yeah.
It's got nothing
So-
to do with me.
At this point, at this stage, if it had been the way you're talking about, you should be a manager now, supervisor.
You know. To be fair, people like John Devlin and that have said that you could be,
Yeah.
but I just didn't want it.
Shoved
To
it
be
back
fair.
into it. I mean, look at John McCourt.
Because I hate retail.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it.
Who
And I
does?
thought to myself, if I go for like the higher positions, that means I'm kind of committing to staying in it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Which I know is stupid because I've still stayed there anyway. But
So it's an on-win scenario.
I know it's because I never had the motivation to do
Yeah,
it.
I know.
But I have to admit, since I started seeing Ashley, I'm starting to get a bit more motivated to actually do something. Because it's not just for me,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I know, I 100% agree with you. More amazing that way. But yeah. But you need to come and see it for yourself. Real eye opener, real change. I'll take you up to the field behind me. Just don't get shot by the farmer. Bullet. Cutting your teeth and all that. But I look at Tom, right? John.
Aye, do you think Tom's going to date anything different?
No, his life's not. He's always going to live with somebody. I mean, he's got 3 kids. I know. Might have more, but 3
It's
kids,
quite possible he could, you never know.
right? He could have another one as well after this.
You see, with each one that people find out about, he's getting like more and more flack for it.
Exactly.
So don't be surprised if one day he turns up and mentions he's got fucking 5 or 6 or something. And last you knew he had 3.
Exactly. You just can't. You don't know what to trust and what to believe. But anyway, I go to his room and I see him lying in his kit. It's like a cot, mate.
Mhm.
And all these DVDs from the floor, all piled up to the ceiling, and plates of food that he's had under the bed. And I say, Tom, why don't you just go and live, get a house, a rent someplace, and just even take it on? Oh man, it's always good to live with somebody. I have a cousin. You're always living with cousins and brothers, and can you live with? Says, why don't you go and live with that lassie? You've got a kid to up there. Oh, I can't live up there now because it's benefit child. he can't move up there. That's what his Lance's girlfriend said.
Mhm.
She knew that this baby would come eventually because her oldest was turning 18 or whatever age it is, so she wouldn't get more help. So she had this kid for benefits. And if Tom was to move in, guess what?
Aye.
She doesn't get money and Tom has to be there now. Tom wasn't doing that. Tom's got no interest. No. I know your pain. Don't mention.
Horses, like, how come you get to be in that field and I'm stuck here by my fucking self?
That's when you mentioned Tom. He's had enough. But do you know what I mean? Like, even John. Look at John McCourt.
No.
Look at his life, man. Imagine that. If it were to swap people's life, you'd be going, your life would change once you came back into your own body. If you were to be in John McCourt's body for a week, and then you come back in your own body, you'd be like, fuck that. Next minute you're on TV, you know, that'd be a big success. Yes, take. You know what I mean? Honestly, man. I don't know how. Did you ever see Pal J?
I don't think so, no.
He had a pal called Jay. Yeah, it's scary.